everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos would love nothing more than to finish out today's game with a second notch in that win column. It's the Browns going up against the Broncos. With that, let's welcome in our fine broadcast team. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. They go play action here on first down. Drops it underneath for Booker. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be a second down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Here's Simeon now on second down. And caught right side, Green. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
They had trouble stopping the run last week in the loss, and here it rears its ugly head early.
You're supposed to try and get your confidence going after a loss like that where you gave up big yards running the football. This is not the way to go about it. It looks exactly as it did just a week ago.
They'll run with D'Angelo Henderson. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
And that loss of yards there is not just on him. It's on the guys blocking for him. I mean, they're supposed to create some type of space or at least get a stalemate. They end up letting them through, and they ended up tackling him for a loss.
Second and goal. Defense digging in again here. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And that is incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. Able to put it through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So they get the ball first here in front of the home crowd under the lights, and they get 3 points out of it.
And there's something about a night game, isn't there? A little extra snap, a little extra crisp in the air. What a terrific way to get things started. A little extra excitement, a little extra dazzle for the home crowd. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And he'll go down right
right at the 30-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
2nd down and 4. On play action, Kaiser. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Gordon. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Second down, Kaiser. Screen play, McKinnon. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now Kaiser. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Derek Wolfe in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. On 4th down, they snap it to Kaiser. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. They'll get 23 yards there. And it'll give the Browns a 1st down.
Brandon, I have one word for you after that completion for a 1st down.
Lucky?
Analytics.
So the analytics say punt the football there.
So we're changing the analytics as we go, right? What a big-time play for them. And really took a big-time chance.
Yeah, big-time first-half chance. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Here we go.
Play fake. Kaiser. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And nothing but daylight ahead. The 20, 10, 5. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Sammy Coates now to return it. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And the Browns getting set to go. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position of throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep, and that's caught inside the 35. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Here again is McKinnon. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield.
Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here. From the gun, Kaiser. Open receiver, that's David Njoku. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. 4th down, Kaiser. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air. There's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run. As we envision them in offenses, catch the ball, how much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Being chased out left. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Now a 2nd down throw for Kaiser, eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet, flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion. And the Broncos go to a nickel set on 3rd down.
Yeah, they've got an extra DB out there. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Here we go.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. From the red zone now, Kaiser, and that is incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him, they've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. This one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 2, now third down. On third down, they'll try and pick it up with a counter. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at fourth down. Now Kaiser on fourth down. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The Browns unable to move the chains on fourth down. And the Broncos will take over on downs. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I don't want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead, it works opposite. Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Offense working with a 3rd and 13 still left. Out of the gun, Simeon. And Simeon is brought down behind the goal line, and that is 2 points. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
He'll return it from the 6. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times at any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Well, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. Back to Denver right after this. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. second down. Kaiser again. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Brandon Marshall. In from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. Third and long for Kaiser. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now Allen Robinson and company gearing up to go again on offense. They've got to find a way to get him more involved in this game plan. Down here in the second quarter, he doesn't even have a catch.
And don't think they're not hearing about it in the huddle and on the sidelines. And we often think of wide receivers at times being disruptive. It's just that they know their talents and they know the type of plays they can make, and they can make big ones. They want the ball to help their team.
Yeah, you got to think he's going to want the ball more. One target, no catches. Kaiser now on second down. That's complete to Robinson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Let's go!
Kaiser on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 40. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Back to it after the pick six. Kaiser forced out to his left. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find the silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
He's going to fire one deep over them. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Come on, let's go.
Final play of the half, Kaiser. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Out comes Deshaun Kaiser and the Browns offense. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. William Hayes able to drop him for a loss of 4.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Kaiser to throw it. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on fourth down tries. They're trying again. They're indeed going. It's Kaiser. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the free safety, Darian Stewart. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
On third down, Booker. And, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back, right at the 45.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. That'll go in the books as just a 16-yard punt. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always have that at being.
Oh, Kaiser can't get away, and he'll go down. Von Miller in there to get him, and that's sack number 18 for him on the year.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes his quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down. They're going to try and throw. And he's got his tight end in Njoku. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. It'll be a gain of 4. And they're able to convert here on 4th and inches.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Kaiser, he's going to wind up and air it out. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Over the middle, complete. It's Gordon. That one goes for 24 yards.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Let's go.
Again, it's Kaiser. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Trevor Siemian ready to retake the field. And we'll see if he opts for a heavier dose of running plays, because running is where they've had more success than in the passing game.
And the way they've spread it around to different people running it as well. It's not just been one principal guy who's carried the thing and moved the game forward for them. Whoever has touched it has given them good yardage. I think he's going to stay with that game plan. It takes the pressure off of him as a thrower.
Yeah, team effort, and they're winning on the scoreboard. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Yeah, that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Here we go.
Now Siemian. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
3rd and long. It's Siemian. Launching one for Henderson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
And now the Browns coming out on the field. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
A first down throw for Kaiser. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Here we go.
Second down, Kaiser. Steps away to his left. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Here we go.
Kaiser now to throw on first down. Screen play, McKinnon. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Only 3 there on the screen. It's second down. And they're going to speed things up here. They'll throw again. Kaiser. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this third quarter. So a tough spot for Kaiser. The sack, and now it's third and long.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. And Robinson with a big catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23.
Come on, let's go. Try 38.
To throw, Kaiser. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10.
Come on, let's go.
From the gun, Kaiser. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On third down, Kaiser. That is caught at the 7. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Jerick McKinnon, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover it? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So jumping from his free safety spot.
That tells you how aggressive they are on defense, doesn't it? They get everyone involved. He was a little too fast on that play.
All right, here we go. Green.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth. Booker on first down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Running again, and again it's Booker. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves him still needing 11 here on 3rd down. And in this situation with the lead, fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
So now from a defensive perspective, they might still have a pulse.
Yeah, that probably would have sealed their fate, but now they're still within 2 scores.
Here we go. 1, 9.
On 1st and 10, Kaiser. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Ten yards still left on 2nd down. They'll throw here. Kaiser. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. So a tough spot for Kaiser. The sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Here's Kaiser. He's going to look deep down the field. And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Let's go. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round.
First down, Kaiser. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Ohio. Here we go. Ohio.
Now Kaiser. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. 2nd down here after the incomplete pass.
Here we go. 38. Flex round.
Kaiser yet again. And this is incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Kaiser, 3rd and goal. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Here we go. 1, 9.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion.
Flex round. Flex round. Let's go. 190. We got three. 190. Ohio.
Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. And they will get back to within one score as he is into the end zone, and the lead's cut to 8 here in the fourth. And that almost makes it a brand-new ball game. Now it's a one-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the two-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their two-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
Oh, what a move. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll hand off to Booker. And he's going to take this one down to about the 46-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Right back to Booker. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. The Broncos on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Detroit!
3rd and short. It's Booker. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. He needed 2. He got 1. And that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Deshaun Kaiser making his way out to the huddle. I would imagine you want to win every game big, but if you're a quarterback in the NFL, this is the spot that you love. You've been dreaming of it since you were a kid, playing in the backyard or the front yard, wherever, where you went through those imaginary situations. Now it's real, though. What practice have you put in since the OTAs, the mini camps, preseason camp, sequence of plays, get the ball to the outside, get it out of bounds, save your timeouts. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Sharif Floyd in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Let's go. Try it 38. Try it 38.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. So a tough spot for Kaiser. The sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings out 4th down.
So another big shot dodged there defensively. Now they're just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory. And I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Broncos are close to finishing off this football game. So they had to take the shot there. Obviously, that was pretty much it, their last chance.
No other play for them, right? I mean, there's no other choice. It's not like you can have some strategy move, right? Punt it away and hope to... No, that's what they had to do. Right now, that offensive unit, they're pretty discouraged on the sidelines. They're going to feel like they let the team down in that situation, but they were in a tough spot to begin with.
And with no timeouts now, they just need a miracle.
Yeah, an absolute miracle. If the team has the ball, just find a way to run out the clock, take care of the ball, and go home a winner.
The win for the Broncos seemingly assured. They go down to a knee. And this offense on third down today, they're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Broncos, it's a 2nd win on the year now as they move to 2-8. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for our visitors, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.
Legging with Nick, we dump it off like V. Ramanovic. Sorry, homie, you know we not friends, it's off of politics. We're really running.